How's it going, everybody? It is the OP Leprechaun. Welcome back to episode 8 of my Minecraft Bedrock Let's Play. So, how's everybody doing? I have been doing. Look at that enchanting room down there. That is pretty cool looking. So, as you can see, I really haven't done much with the bedroom up here. I did a little bit of cobblestone mining off camera because we have a project today. And, oh yeah, I had to switch to iron doors on this because mobs keep breaking down my wooden ones. I'm waiting for it to happen to the bedroom. So, it does not look as nice. I really wish that I could have stuck with the oak doors because I really liked the way that looked. It does not look as nice. But I'm, tired of replacing them every time zombies break them down. So we went with iron, and it hasn't happened again. Um, Today, we're going to have a nice, easy episode, and I am going to build my mob spawner because, as you remember from last time, we got the enchanting room started. One of the first things I'm going to do today, actually, is we're going to enchant a new helmet. And I really, 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 really. Ha 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 ha. Yep, that's exactly what I needed. Uh, it'll make sense in a little bit why I need Aqua Infinity so bad. There is a reason for it, and I'll explain that when we get down to the spawner. But I am going to leave that in the enchanting chest, and I'm going to swap out this beat up old thing for my Aqua Affinity helmet. Now I'll bring it down and we'll show you the new chest storage room. That is the one thing that I did spend a bit of time on off camera because we all know that I am not the greatest builder in the world, and I feel like making you all sit through and watch me build that would have been painful for everybody because it took me a lot longer than it should have. So I remember I cut these stairs down last episode, and instead of my door being right there to that little tiny chest room, we have a new door. Now, this looks like an excessive amount of chests. I understand. I got double furnace and that and the crafting table. And then now you can say I have an excessive amount of chests. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, hang on, wait. Yep, I went a little overboard. But really, honestly, I hate running out of space and having to make more chests in the middle of a project because I ran out of space to store stuff. But they're really empty right now. I mean, I got my rare stuff, my diamonds, the 20 I have left. Hopefully, we will get to use those soon. But that is actually a large part of why we are doing the spawner today. All right, I'm going to put this old busted up helmet in next to this gold busted up helmet. This is kind of my mob drops box. We're going to be adding to it. I do have some slime blocks because I did a little slime farming because I needed to get enough levels to get high enough to get that enchantment. And we all remember how many slimes were at the bottom of that ravine there. So, this entire room down here is going to be my building blocks. There's from mining with my Silk Touch pickaxe that we got. This is cobblestone, your generic building stones. So they're all going to be down here. Anyways, let's move on with the task for the day. One of the first things I need to do is I need to make another bucket because I need to have two because otherwise it's just a giant pain. So I got a lot of that stone when I was mining that. You'll all remember my beautiful ravine over here. And I actually did finally do something about that horrible path at the bottom that wasn't a path. Now when I come down here, I can actually walk around. That was needed for sure. Alright, we're going to get rid of our little zombie buddy here, and we'll get some more tradables with a cleric. Alright, so I do need to get one more bucket of water. Need to find a source block that I am not using for something else. Like that one. There we go. Alright. We're going to head back up top, because I know we can find the spawner from down here, but that is not actually what I want to do today. Alright. So, I looked back at the coordinates of my zombie spawner from when we first found it. And there is a wandering trader that got eaten by zombies down there, and so his llamas are left to suffer. And I'm okay with that, because llamas are evil incarnate. So, what I did was come through here, because this is a little tiny cave behind my chest room, which is right over there. There wasn't a whole lot in here, nothing really exciting. A little bit of iron, a little bit of coal. But this is exactly on line with my zombie spawner. So for once today, I actually do not need to ask for help. Today we are doing something that I actually know how to do. I know, it's shocking. Oh, I forgot that chest was here. Alright, well, we'll empty out that chest. I'm going to go back up and drop the stuff off so that I have a empty inventory, because now it's full, and now I have no room to collect all the blocks. I'm going to have to break out of here. So I'll be back with you after I drop all this stuff off. And we're back. Okay, chest is gone. Inventory is all cleared out. Now, one of the first things that we're going to do for building this spawner is we're going to go over here, and we're going to make an infinite water source, because I'm going to need buckets of water over and over and over again. We will get rid of it eventually. The first thing we need to do is that. And we'll get our 2 buckets of water back. And get that dang granite out of my way. Get some cobble in the hotbar. Okay, so question for the class. Who here knows how a spawner works? Well, one of the first things we're going to do is we are going to count over 4 blocks from the spawner in all directions. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is the maximum distance away from a spawner that things will spawn. 3, 4. So we want to have it open to there. Now, we're going to take and we're going to excavate this entire wall all the way out to this level. And I'll probably do a time lapse so you don't have to listen to me talk while I do it. And then we'll get a little more into the workings of spawners from there. And yes, I am going to grab the iron. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to fill this entire wall in with cobble so it looks nice and gloomy. And we're going to keep everything at this level away from the spawner. So what this allows is it allows for the maximum amount of room for the most spawns possible. The reason I'm doing it all out of cobble is because I think it looks cool and I like having it all uniform. There's absolutely no reason that it has to be. I just don't like leaving dirt in the wall, and especially when it's a zombie spawner. And I know they say that the zombies aren't going to break out the dirt. I hear you. I know that's said, but I don't necessarily believe that. And also, I do not want an Enderman stealing that dirt, which is an actual, real possibility. So we're going to go ahead and drill out this wall and replace it with a wall of cobble. See, this is why I don't spend much time doing the whole strafe left and right thing when I'm building, because my aim is horrible with it, and I can never seem to hit where I actually intend. I've gotten a few notifications that I was absolutely right about the car-sick-inducing time-lapse in my first video when I was building the that wonderful starter hut of mine. All right. A little bit more cobble here. And there we go. All right, that is 2 walls done. I'm going to finish up these other ones, and I'll get back with you. All right, we're getting there. I'm going to pop over and... I might as well go ahead and block off that lava, and I'll grab that gold, because we are, in the next episode, heading over to that village. I'm going to probably tame a couple of horses, and we're going to build a horse road that goes over to that village we found. And from there, lots and lots of things are possible. And we already have enough rotted flesh to start trading with the cleric. Now, whether or not we have enough to actually get him up to level 2 right away, that remains to be seen. But we're going to give it a whirl. Pillar up, grab the rest of this gold. There's quite a bit there. But yeah, cleric at level 2 will give you emeralds for gold. So that's a trade that I'm willing to take, since despite having found a few in this series, I don't actually find that many emeralds. It had been a while since I found some. One other thing I'm going to do before I close off this wall is I am going to torch the living daylights out of this area. So that's one of the keys to spawners, is to make it so that other mobs do not spawn within 16 blocks of them. That is a spawner's range. So the mob cap for hostile mobs absolutely affects the rate that spawners work at. So you want to make as much area as possible spawn-proof around your spawner. Now that number is also not really an arbitrary number, because that is also the number of blocks away, above, below, to all the sides in a sphere, that the spawner will read your presence and activate. So there are ways to utilize that to your best advantage. And one of those ways is to eliminate its ability to read the zombies, in this case, that spawn from it. All right, last wall, and then we can start on the floor. I'm going to get that ceiling taken care of. I'm going to lose the dirt in the ceiling too, just because I don't like it. And again, I didn't know what was above it, and I don't need an Enderman stealing a block off of my ceiling and exposing this spawner to light, because it also is going to be absolutely dark in here, other than the fire from the spawner. All right. And I think pretty soon we're going to have to make a drinking game of how many times I say all right in an episode. I've noticed it quite a bit myself, and have been making some effort to either not say it or to edit it out if it gets to be a little too much. All right, oh, there we go. Everybody drink. Okay, right now that spawner is not going to activate because I have a torch on it. But eventually, once I'm done building the rest of this, I am actually going to take that off. I'm going to pause the video real quick while I get my exact corner dimensions so I know which side I want to work towards when it comes to my water. I'll be right back with you. All right. Everybody drink. One of the first things we're going to do before I forget, I went and got some glass out of my auto smelter over there. Now, you would not think about this normally, but I've discovered it makes a huge difference. Mobs will spawn on top of that spawner, and they will just sit there unless they are attracted to go down. So one of the ways that you can get them to stop blocking up your spawn rate is to pillar down from the ceiling right on top of it so they cannot spawn on top of there. And I have an abundance of glass. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of this entire floor all the way for 4 blocks underneath the spawner. Why 4 blocks? Well, because that way everything will spawn in its max allowed spawn rate. Oh, I kind of wanted to leave one there. I got to stairway myself out of here eventually. So with 4 blocks below the spawner, anything that spawns in here. Now, there's no saying what was I trying to come up with? Oh, there's no saying that an Enderman can't spawn in here. And it's not likely to, but they absolutely can. So if you make it 4 blocks tall, absolutely nothing that will spawn in here will be able to stop itself on this spawner. Like right now, boom, you run into it, you can't go nowhere. It's really unfortunate they changed things. Now, I don't know if it's true in Java, but in Bedrock, you used to be able to pick spawners up and move them as long as you used Silk Touch. That is, unfortunately, no longer the case. If you break one of those, even with Silk Touch, speaking of which, my pickaxe is about to run out. I don't want to use my Fortune one, so I'm going to use my trusty dusty single diamond pickaxe. So, you don't want to break a spawner and move it to a better location. That's how you used to be able to do it. Say if you had one that was way too low in the world, you could absolutely use Silk Touch, move it, and put it where you wanted it. You can't do that anymore. They took that mechanic away, and it's really unfortunate because it would be nice to be able to. Because I've had some of them spawn at like level 8, and it's such a pain to use that spawner because the mobs don't take enough damage coming out of the spawner. You end up wasting a lot of durability on your sword or your axe or whatever you're using to kill them at the bottom end, and it doesn't make it as efficient. It's really, really nice when they can drop 22 blocks. Now, they are not going to be able to drop 22 blocks here. So I will not get to one-hit them with my fist and kill them without any loss of durability. It might be a 2-hit. It depends on just how thick the bedrock is below me. And that is going to be one of the deciding factors of how the bottom part of this spawner gets built, is how much lava is there and how much bedrock there is. Because we are absolutely going to be going down to bedrock because it's just no other way to do this and have it work the way we want it. Now, one of the other benefits of that is it actually makes it really nice. I can make myself a little crafting area with some more crafting tables, some storage for mob drops, some furnaces and things like that, and an anvil so that I can be down here doing stuff, not just sitting AFK staring at a wall waiting for mobs to spawn. Which I will end up doing sometimes too when we need levels in between episodes, because that is the primary reason I'm doing this. It's just fortunate for once that it's a zombie spawner and not a skeleton. I actually prefer skeleton spawners because, you know, infinite bone meal, infinite arrows, infinite bows. But I can use them as trades right now, and that is definitely something that I want to do. So we're going to use this one to the max. Also, zombies do give you more XP than your generic zombies. However, I feel now, and I know RNG argues with me all the time about this, but I feel like the skeletons spawn more and faster than the zombies do. I could be totally incorrect with that. In fact, I probably am. Oh, I already have one of those. I should have kept that chest on me, I guess, because yeah, I'm out of space and I don't want to leave a whole bunch of stuff sitting down here. So I am going to get rid of those. I'm going to make a chest, and we're going to put it right there. Nope, right there. And I'm going to get that out of the way so I can actually open the chest. And we're going to get a bunch of these blocks that we don't need out of our inventory. I'm going to save the mossy cobble for, I don't know, find something that looks cool. That would be the goal. All right, I think I can even get some of this cobble out of the way since I'm not mining with Silk Touch anymore. Okay. So we're getting there. It's actually not a very long process to set this up. It's more of a process of what you want to do with it at the end. I am going to have to be going soon to the Nether because one of the key features that I find myself completely unable to do without is a garbage disposal down at the bottom of your spawner, because you get so much stuff. So much more stuff than you will ever be able to use if you set up an efficient spawner. Your mob drops are ridiculous. And it's nice to have somewhere to be able to get rid of them. And I found a really cool way to do that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. This is my last level. All right. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to figure out exactly where we are going to put our water. I'm kind of feeling like it's going to go over here and keep close to the stairwell. I kind of feel like that's going to be a thing. All right, I'm going to turn the rest of this wall into cobble, and I will get back with you when I am done with that. Okay, well, I didn't make it that far before I ran into a little hitch in my giddy up here, and there's a cave up here. So one of the things that I absolutely need to do, I mean, there always was a cave up here, but it's definitely much more evident right here. So one of the things that I need to do is go make as much of this unspawnable as possible. And we're going to do that with some torches. Alright. I know it feels like a waste of torches, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, this entire area around here should be unspawnable now. We're gonna, nope, there's some more area here. I want it lit up to the absolute max. If I continue to have problems with slow spawn rates on my zombies, I can always wall this off and make it even better. But that I'm going to worry about at a later date if it becomes necessary. Alright, back to mining out walls. Okie dokie. Well, I made my infinite water source one block too close. So now I have to fix that by bringing it over here. But it'll only take one bucket to do it. So, back at it. So I've heard that building in Java is a lot smoother and easier than Bedrock. Several people that I've watched and or met say that building in Java is definitely a much smoother, easier to control. So that's one thing that I'm definitely interested in trying to find out if I ever actually do start playing some Java. Because, yeah, it's a little, the way I understand it, it's smoother, your hitboxes are easier to find, and there's a lot less of the misaligned blocks when you're building in Java. So, not exactly sure what it is in the coding that makes that difference, but it is something that I've been told is a very significant difference when it comes to the differences between the two games. So, we're almost done with this. And what we're going to do. Now, do we know why we also picked a specific size for the dungeon? The spawner. It is because water travels exactly 8 blocks from a source block on a level plane. Now, if you cut it down a block lower before it reaches that 8th block, it will then go 8 more blocks before it runs out. That's the way that the water flow physics work in Bedrock. Well, in Minecraft in general. So what we're going to do here is I will show you exactly what I mean. So we got water source, water source. Now right here is going to stop. So we are going to... I think I'll get the rest of my water first, and then we'll worry about that. Because I need to make every block along that back wall a water source block. And so we will do exactly that. All right. So now they're all water flow, water source blocks, and you see how it's all just level flow. So now, when anything spawns in here and drops down, they are immediately pushed this way. Their AIs don't let them work any other way. So I'm going to grab a couple more buckets of water, because I do need that. And what we're going to do here is now this is exactly the same size. So we are going to go down 3 all the way across here. Oh, that was 4. I don't want to go 4. All right. I am going to take these dirt blocks out for the same reasons we discussed earlier, because you never know what's behind them, and I do not need an Enderman messing up my spawner. That is a fact. Okay. Those all lined out nice. So now it's 3. Nothing can jump out of those 3 blocks. That's just, it's impossible for them to do so. Including me. So that means I have to pillar out of here. And we're going to put one more water bucket right there. And I got a pillar out again. That will not wreck the water flow because I'm not blocking off the source block. So now we're going to go like this. Get rid of those two. I'm going to grab one more bucket of water because being as low in the world as we are, we come across the reason why I was worried about getting my Aqua Affinity helmet. So what I need to do now is, that is at level 21. I need to get as low in the world as I possibly can. The reason that you go down 3 in that channel right there is because that is out of range of that spawner reading where the mobs are. As soon as it drops out of a 9 by 9 by 3 area around the spawner in all directions, those mobs no longer exist according to the spawner. So we drop them down, we drop them over, we drop them down again. That way even their heads are below the level of the spawner, and it will continue to spawn more mobs. And that is what we want. We are all about more mobs. So, the reason that I wanted to get Aqua Affinity on my helmet before I came down to do this is we are darn close to lava. There's lava all around us, and I really do not want another lava experience. So what we're going to do here is now that I have Aqua Affinity, I can mine in water almost as fast as I can mine outside of water. And it's a very, very important thing to have. Okay, we are at bedrock. So that is how far they are going to drop. So now we're going to come back. We're going to steal our bucket of water back. And you will see that we are going to get pushed. I was trying to MLG bucket. It did not work in my favor. Okay, so that is the direction of the doors and the stairs. So we're going to go this way. Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit farther fall before I hit bedrock, but the bedrock must be pretty high right here. That is a little unfortunate. So, what we do is we work with what we got. There is bedrock everywhere right here. Okay. The one thing I did not think to bring with me was my crafting table. Oh, that's no good. Because there's a few things that I do need to make. So we're going to go over here, see just what we can do in this general area. I'm going to see what level I'm at and see how close we are to the physical spawner. Because like I said, we want to be within 15 to make it work. I might end up having to change where the direction of this spawner goes. Okay. All right. We are finding some more ores down here. I'm going to pop over to my fortune axe real quick. I'm going to grab out this redstone and this lapis up here, because I could definitely use some more lapis, because I'm about to do a whole bunch of enchanting. And you already get quite a bit of lapis every time, but with fortune, yeah, that's, 48. Yep, I know. All right, back to getting our stairwell out of here. So that is going to be one of the most important parts, is easy in and out access, because there's nothing at all fun about coming down and working your butt off all the time to get down here and finding where it is. You want to make it as smooth and easy as possible. So at some point, I absolutely will be making this all stairs, and I'll probably flesh it out quite a bit and make it kind of nice, because I will be spending hours sitting here. There's no doubt about that. Hours in game. I don't know about in real life, but probably quite a few. Depends on how much we need to get levels. Alright, it came up one side over from where I wanted to. I was close on my guesstimates here. So we're going to go ahead and finish up this stairway. And we're going to go back down. And we are going to do the remainder of the bottom part so that we can get the rest of this all squared away. Alright, so I got a nice easy stairwell over to here. That's one thing I did not get was the rest of my torches out of here yet. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. And try not to fall out the bottom of the spawner. Oh, it wouldn't be the first time. Oh, there's one on that pillar. Okay, there we go. All right. Before I'm done closing all this up, these stairs will go out of here. So that is the completed spawner so far. All right, I don't have enough for more chests. All right, I'm going to go grab some more wood. I will be right back. Well, I discovered what was breaking down all my doors. Roided out little baby zombies. As soon as I went upstairs, it was night. I went to go get some wood out of my farm hut, and in 2 hits, that baby zombie broke down one of my last oak doors. Oh boy, I was not fast enough to turn the camera back on so I could fight him off. Wow, I've seen zombies try to break down a door before, but holy cow. So, now that we're back and, you know, some adrenaline's gone, I need to make a couple more chests. And I need to make at least 1 hopper. I'm going to make a second hopper just in case I need to spread it out just a little farther. And 1 double chest will be enough for now. So I've got glass. I need to get a little bit of slab. Might as well make it out of diorite. No reason not to. And from there, actually, I'm not getting... We'll see if I need it. I don't think I'm going to need it because this is a zombie spawner. No, we're going to ignore it for now. If I want to make the correction later, I will show you what I do with trapdoors, but not a birch trapdoor. I need to make it out of oak or spruce or something. It needs to be a little denser than those birch ones with the fabric-looking stuff. So we're going to get some of this out of the inventory just so it's not in our way constantly. Okay. Don't need those. That can move over there. All right. Let's head down and finish up this spawner, and then we're going to test it out and see how it works. Eventually, I will prettify this whole area here. That's gonna happen. But for the moment, I am just going to take some of this glass, and we are going to fill in the areas around this spawner. And then, because it is a zombie spawner, and we do have those wonderful baby zombies, we need to put half slabs on the bottom of those. Because that will keep them from running out and absolutely destroying us. And now I probably regret doing that in the order that I did. That's all right. I only wasted 1 piece of glass. So I need to get those chests down. So get that in the place of the axe. We're going to make our double chest go right here. This will collect all of our mob drops. I'm going to put a hopper right there. And we're going to put our glass back. and our slab. So now I can still absolutely hit them, and they will not be able to hit me. And again, I will make this whole area down here bigger. I do have to double check. I forgot to check what level we were at, so I'll be right back with you. All right, standing on this one, we are level 5. We have to be... Our feet are at level 5, so our head's at level 6. So this right here might be close enough that the spawner could read us. So what we will probably do is build up our area right around here, get away from all the bedrock, and we will be close enough to just hang out and let the spawner do its work. But first, we gotta get rid of all those torches in there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish filling that back in from the stairs where I was off by one. I'll be right back. Okay. So now my little stair gaff is gone. We are going to go up here. We are going to remove the stairs without falling in there. That's always the... And I'm going to take that away. And we can watch how they get thrown down the hole. There's too much light in here right now. So there won't be a whole lot more spawning until we do away with all of this light. And yes, the corners actually do matter. Oh, see? There go more of them. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to pop down here, and we're going to see how many hits. It's probably going to take 2 hits with a sword. Not 3 hits. Yeah, they don't fall very far. So we're going to see how efficient this gets to be. All right. And the other thing that I am going to do is I've got plenty of wool upstairs. Between this episode and the next, I'm going to make a piece of carpet and put a piece of carpet on there. And then it will not catch the XP in that hopper. But our hopper does work. We get our rotten flesh and everything else that I dropped down that hole. And yeah, standing right down here, the spawner does not function. So let's see if I go up here, if we get any activity. Because that will tell me where we need to stand. Okay. Well, it's been just a little under 10 minutes. Let's go see how many we have. I ended up coming right back up here where we built. I'm going to have to find a sweet spot that's closer down here to the bottom that I can hang out, work on crafting some stuff, or just sit AFK. But in 10 minutes, see, we're at, not quite halfway through level 16. See how many levels we get in 10 minutes. Wow, is that loud? Holy cow. There's just a few zombies in there. Here we go. All right, up to 21 levels in a little less than 10 minutes of wait time. I think, oh, there's a few more levels in there. Yeah, I definitely have to get that carpet in there. There, it's chasing me around. All right, I think one of the things that I will need to do between this episode and the next is make a lava blade in there. You end up with more damage on any of the armor that you get by doing the lava blade, but it really, really cuts down on how much durability you go through on your weapon, how much hunger you go through killing them all, because you go through a surprising amount of hunger. But I mean, it's not Unbreaking 2. I can combine that with some of my efficiency 3. All right, I think that's going to be our next stop. We're gonna run up to the anvil. We're gonna make another shovel to combine those, so we have a whole shovel, and we can add some enchantments onto that and make it a fairly decent shovel for the rest of any digging projects that I'm gonna have out here in this desert, which is probably gonna be a few. Now you can hear more zombies spawning in there as I go by. And it will non-stop run as long as I am near enough and it doesn't reach the cap, which it can't because it cannot read that those zombies are there. So we'll pop up top here real quick, hit the enchanting room, and we will go from there. I don't need that. I do need to make one more iron shovel. Let's see what we can do. All right, so I've got Unbreaking 2, Efficiency 3, 5 levels. I'm actually not going to bother repairing that just yet because it's mostly good, and I can save that shovel and not drive up the XP. Every time you repair something at the anvil, it drives up the XP cost. When it comes to iron, once it takes 17 levels to repair it, I just don't bother anymore. I just use it up. So that is going to be our episode for today. Thanks for watching. You have any good suggestions or bad suggestions, whatever, tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I would greatly appreciate it. We will catch you on Monday on the next episode. Thanks. Goodbye.